Okay, I'm not going to sort of stay long here. It's going to be a very quick one. It's just a part two on the proof of the crucifixion happening. If you didn't see part one, go and view part one. It's about roughly just under an hour long, and I go through, all the Bible verses, all the Quran verses, and obviously, of course, all the witnesses who witnessed this event within the Bible. Mother Mary, of course, John the Baptist, and the prophets, and as I say, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, basically eyewitnesses, and all the evidence for that, which of course blows Alleluia Lala out of the water straight away. The amount of verses I bring forward, and also the facts, as I say, the amount of witnesses, 11 witnesses to Alleluia's none. Under Sharia, Alleluia, you're already dead in the water. On this son. But, I decided I'd go one step further because I've discussed this already in the past and I've used this as part of my evidence, but I didn't mention it in the first video. And so I think it's important to bring this forward also as evidence, that the crucifixion did happen. The Bible's telling the truth. And of course, Alleluia, Lula, Lula doesn't know what he's talking about. Um, and it basically, as I say, the first video dealt with the Bible and the people of the Bible, and of course up until about 80 to 100 AD. Now, these people that I'm going to bring forward will deal with that time period again, sort of 30 AD to 100 AD, but then also go in the 2nd century, 3rd century, 4th century, all the way up to the Third Council of Constantinople, which was in 680 AD, about 50 to 60 years after Muhammad passed away. Best thing he ever did. So basically, as I say, it involves all the church fathers, and of course, those will be people who directly knew the apostles to begin with. So you've got Ignatius, Polycarp, St. Clement of Rome, and as I say, they directly knew the apostles personally. Good afternoon, Paddy. So they directly knew the apostles personally, taught with them, and the apostles trained those first three church fathers up. And of course, then the following on church fathers from them, Irenaeus, Irenaeus. Oh gosh, I'm struggling to think of all the names now. But again, they would have been learning from the first three. And that's where chain of narration comes in. We do actually have a chain of narration. We just don't bother to use it like the Muzzies do, because there's no need to use it for art books and stuff. But anyway, getting back to the point, all of these church fathers and bishops, because obviously there were some bishops who weren't church fathers or classified as church fathers, but all church fathers were bishops at one point or another. So going up, as I say, until the Third Council of Constantinople, roughly around 680 AD. Now, it's very difficult to put a figure on how many there were, because there weren't, correct records kept. All I could have done is gone through all the different councils, not all of them, because there were many of them, but the main ones, the main councils, which is the two at Nicaea, the three at Constantinople, one at Ephesus, and Chalcedon. And as I say, that takes us up from sort of 300 to 680. So it's I mean, as I say, you've gone sort of all the way from the 1st century up until 680 AD, really. And as I say, I was surprised myself at the figure when I got to the total, and I've been conservative with it. Obviously, as I say, it's not an accurate figure; it is a estimated figure. But I have been very conservative with that estimated figure, and there were basically around 1,000 1,000 bishops, priests, early church fathers, up until 680 AD, who all believed in the Trinity, all believed in Jesus as the Son of God, and all believed in the crucifixion. So, putting that evidence together with my evidence from the first video, as I say, which is about the Bible verses and Jesus Christ himself, confirming that the crucifixion happened, and anyone who denies it is Satan, making Allah Satan. As I say, add all of that together with this video, we have an extra 1,000 witnesses to go with the 11 eyewitnesses I used in the previous video. So we now have 1,011 witnesses to confirm the crucifixion happened and Jesus is the Son of God. And who do we have against these 1,011 witnesses? Alalulu, Lalalulu, Leela la la, Lula, Leela, Lou. Someone who no one has ever seen, someone who no one has ever heard, someone who there's no proof for at all. And he is standing up against my 1,011 witnesses, most of them eyewitnesses. Now, when we come to Sharia, and it's a court in Sharia, regardless of what what it's to do with or who it is involved in it, when we have 1,011 people saying, yes, it did happen, and only one person saying, no, it never happened, guess who has to be the winner every single time? The 1,011. So even using their own stupid Sharia, I bury them with this argument. Okay, as I say, 1,000 minimum, and as I say, that is a minimum figure. 1,000 bishops and early church fathers who also all agreed that Jesus was the Son of God and the crucifixion definitely took place. And this, as I say, was from the crucifixion itself up to 680 AD, roughly 50 years after Muhammad died. So Muhammad had already come along. Muhammad had already brought his stupid book Qarab with him and his Alalululu with him, and he'd already started saying it didn't happen. And yet even after that, for 50 years after that, we've still got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bishops saying it did happen. Okay, there you go. Who are we going to believe? Muhammad, who has no proof he saw an angel in a cave at all, has no proof of Alalulu, Lula la la, Lula la lula, and has no proof of the Qarab. Even in Sharia, we have to go against Muhammad and Alalullah, and we have to go for Jesus and the Bible and the apostles and the disciples and his mother and the church fathers and the bishops, 1,011 of them, against 2. I'll allow, Alalullah to include Muhammad as one of his witnesses. He certainly can't help Alalullah in this case. Anyway, that's it, folks. That's a quickie 10-minute. I might be back on live later on tonight. We'll see. I'll be live on TikTok Sunday night, Parry, but it will be a late one. It will be after 1:30 in the morning, because that's when they banned me. How long I will actually last, we shall see. Because, as we all know, I don't have to say much at all to get bananas. So God bless you all. Peace of Christ to you all. I'll see you live later on, back on this YouTube. God bless.